Okay, so we are live this morning. I just want to say good morning. Good morning to all of you that are joining us live. If you want to ask questions, you do need to join us on StreamYard because we are on StreamYard today. And I love StreamYard because it is a way to, for those of you who don't know what StreamYard is, it's a way to connect in multiple places at one time so that you can connect with people on YouTube, on Facebook, in your Facebook group, on your private pages, on the page of your guest that is there and there. And it's an opportunity to serve many. So if you are a person who is crunched for time and really wants to just connect with people quickly, this is a way to do that. So anyways, my name is Melanie Binger, and I am on one of my good friends and a private client of mine, Anita Stewart. And I just want to just take a minute to introduce you to Anita. Anita, why don't you just tell us a little bit about yourself? Tell us where you're at in the world and what you do.
Hi. Hello. My name is Anita Stewart, and I've been an RN for 44 years. I recently retired my active nursing license, and I have a private practice in Bend, Oregon. I do energy medicine and counseling, and I've recently released 55 pounds now, over 61 inches, using an all natural supplement that I promote and love. And it's literally changed my life. My focus now is on helping others to get healthy and bring them back to balance, have them feel really good in their bodies, and also to help to stave off so many of the things that we're facing in today's crazy, chaotic world, anxiety and stress and depression and so many things. So that's a little bit about myself, Melanie.
Awesome. Okay. Well, I love, here's the thing. I love how we have those God moments. And if you guys know me, you know that I talk about God-sized goals. And a while ago, I was promoting one of my group's Awaken Your God-Sized Goal in a masterclass that I was teaching. And Anita and I connected, and she is also partners with a company called Awakened. And I've actually recently partnered with them as well. And one of the things that I love about them is that they have this new product that is called Brain Tap. Now, it's been on the market, but Awaken Nation has recently partnered with them. And I posted last week about, are you working on your brain health? And to me, that is something that wasn't really important, maybe up until a couple of years ago. And I never really even thought about that until I was rear-ended from a dead stop. And since then, I've had I had 5 concussion doctors. I had a chiropractor. I had a massage therapist. I've had 3 different eye doctors. And really, a concussion can really change your life and your daily activities. And I don't think that I really realized that, like we hear a lot about kids getting concussions, Anita. We hear a lot about, and it's that time of year with football players or with kids playing different sports. I know she's a cheerleader, and at the beginning of each season, they have to take a concussion test. So that if there's a fall or something, they know what their baseline is for concussion and where they're at. And so I have just really become a little passionate about this part of concussion protocol and safety, and how do you heal from that? Because as a person who was in a car accident, I went through all this just briefly to share, and then to go into this why I like this. I think it's so important. I had all these different doctors. I used up my PIP, and then which is your personal injury payment system or whatever. And then I've had to start paying for my healthcare on my own, or using my own healthcare for that coverage. And so the Brain Tap, which is a machine that we're going to talk about, and I'll show you, it's got a lot of different programs that you can use. The one that I'm choosing to use is the one for concussion protocol, because it's helping me. You've used a lot of different ones, and I want to talk about that. But anyways, we'll talk a little bit about that. But anyhow, I think it's amazing how we can do things to help us with our brain, to think about what our brain health is, and how also it can help us with our health as a whole. When there's a sleep situation, there's a sleep program in here, right? And when you're getting healthy sleep that also helps you release weight. So, Anita, what would you tell us about the brain tap? I know I said a little bit about why I love it for our brain health. What would you first tell us, just as a nurse, about brain health? Let's just start there.
Well, I'm 70 years old, and my cousin, who's a year older than myself, is right now on hospice in memory care with Alzheimer's. Her sister recently died about 8 months, 10 months ago of the same disease. My father had dementia. And so brain health to me is a priority. At this age, my my motto is I want to die young, as old as I can. I want to maintain what I've got. And I don't know about so many of you out there, but with so much stress and strain going on, so many times we just lose our train of thought, or we forget where we put our keys, or we are searching for a word that be an easy word to remember. And for some reason, we can't call it up in our memory banks. And so when those things started happening to me, I got really serious about, okay, I've got to get healthy. And it's not just in the body, but it's also in the mind, of course, the spirit, the soul. But for me, that was the most important thing. And what I love about Brain Tap is it's very simple, it's very easy. Anyone can do it at any age. And simply by putting on a headset that has light and sound synchronization, you're literally taking your brain to the gym. You're creating a brain fitness through what is known as brain entrainment. And it does this through different um, binaural beats, which is different um, sounds that are entering each ear. And what happens is if you have 300 hertz on the right ear and then you have 250 on the left ear, the brain entrains at 50. And so what Brain Tap has done is it's taken binaural beats, it's taken light therapy, blue and red light therapy. It's actually put those into the ears where you have tons of circulation and vascular, very vascular. And so as the hemoglobin is circulating through your ears, it's picking up the light from the ears. It also has a headset or a visor that comes down over your eyes, and there's light there. Melanie, I didn't have mine handy, so there you have it. And Melanie's demonstrating beautifully how that works. Now, what does it do? I'm going to tell you something. This thing has been almost near miraculous for both. So both my husband and I have our own separate Brain Tap headsets. And what it's done for us has been really amazing. So I don't know if you want me to get into that right now, Melanie, but I can tell you that the science behind this is 30 years of science that is gone into creating this product. And Dr. Patrick Porter has been studying neurophysiology for many, many years. He was actually introduced to it when his father was a pretty hard alcoholic, and their church stepped in and did an intervention and brought him to the Silva method, and he learned how to meditate. And so through this method, he was able to release the alcohol addiction. And then he became so immersed in the Silva method that he taught it. And so Dr. Patrick Porter, the inventor of Brain Tap, actually got very much involved in helping his father at many of the programs and seminars that he led. So he was introduced to meditation and silencing that mental chatter that we all are constantly bombarded with at a very early age. And through the years of his study into neurophysiology, he invented BrainTap. So, what I love about it is that there are over 30 university studies that have been done on so many different um, issues. For example, there's a study that was done down in southern South America, and I believe it was Brazil, on opioid addiction, and they compared BrainTap with pharmaceutical drugs that help people get off opioids, and BrainTap won out. There was a very large study done on concussion with young athletes. So your high school and college age athletes who had post-traumatic brain injuries from various sports. And the improvement that they saw was pretty amazing. I don't have all the statistics on that, but it's pretty cool. They also did a study, and this was the one that I loved. They actually took the top 1% performers of, I believe it was Google and Microsoft, and they put them on BrainTap. And what they found, and I want to read these statistics because these statistics are pretty amazing. So this clinical study showed that BrainTap on, and remember these are the top 1% performers. It lowered their stress levels by 45%. Also reduced depression 71%. Their sleep quality improved by 48%, and cognitive performance improved by 26%. The perceived positivity improved by 41%. So the main thing is you have people who are top performers improving. There are many athletes that are, and professional athletes that are using BrainTap for increasing their performance. Um, I recently was involved in running a national tournament for pickleball. And one of our US APA referees, who also played in the tournament, used the BrainTap to improve your tennis game because we don't have pickleball on it yet, but tennis is similar. And he literally won the gold medal for his match. So he actually purchased one because he was using a friend's, and so that was quite impressive. I think the main thing that BrainTap really is just outperforms everything else out there in is reducing stress and anxiety, and that right now is overburdening so many people in our population. Dr. Porter has an amazing mission to better a billion brains, and he leads with his heart and soul, and that's what he's excited about doing, and I am too.
Okay, so let's just talk about this. So the brain tap, you guys, is just it's a headset that you stick on your ears. And I did a post last week. You're like, what is it? So I thought I would just do this video with Anita and share a little bit more information with you guys, what I'm using and how I use it. So it's just a headset you put on your ears, pull down over your eyes, and then the red and blue lights go there. I found it really interesting because I have been doing light therapy, like I shared with you, or done light therapy in the past. And so you're able to do that at home and to do that. And then your headset connects to an app on your phone. And you choose which program that you want to do and listen to. And they're about 20 minutes a day kind of thing. So Anita, I used it for sleep as well. So why don't you give us a little bit of testimony for you? I know you've used it for Anita's a big pickleball player, and share with us a little bit of like how it's affected your and Brian's life.
So I have to tell you, I worked in the emergency room most of my life, and I had two shoulder injuries, two shoulder surgeries back to back with some big complications, and this was about 15, 16 years ago. I ended up on a very powerful pharmaceutical sleep drug because I couldn't sleep due to the pain, this intense pain. So I got addicted to that, finally got weaned off of the one medicine, put on one that's a little less, has less side effects. However, throughout the last 15 years, it was impossible for me to get a good night's sleep without it. So it became a habit. It became an addiction, something I couldn't get off. And I have to tell you that between the headset and the sleep programs and another product that our company produces called Unwind, which is an all natural sleep aid, I have been able to wean myself after 15 years off of a drug that I didn't want to be on forever. And that to me has been really powerful. And also, I've had a couple of situations, both, well, I'll start with my husband, who was experiencing some discomfort from a pickleball injury in his ankle and heel. And he used heating pads, he used creams, pain creams. Nothing seemed to help. And I said, why don't you try the stem cell healing program? And I'm not kidding. I mean, this kind of blew me away, but he did this 20-minute program. He took the headset off, and if you could have seen the look on his face, he says, I have no pain. It's 100% gone. It was hard for me to believe, of course, being a nurse, but because he's not a complainer, I knew he was having some pretty good discomfort. And then he went and played pickleball after that. So it wasn't, and he has no skin in the game. There's no reason why he would, create something or extrapolate it.
Well, they
Or,
say the brain is a powerful thing. And I think, this is really interesting to me. We hear about, you know, wellness and getting healthy. We hear a lot about personal development. But to me, I think it's just a new thing to really start talking about our brain health and what that looks like and what that is, and how, we have to care for our brain the same way we have to care for our body as we go to the gym and we work out. And, I know that there's a lot of different things that they would do to help you. My mom took a class when she was younger about learning to say the alphabet backwards, and took a class on how to make her brain healthier. I can remember that it just, and she would count backwards, and they had all these different things, or she would spell names backwards, and she would learn how to do things forwards and backwards to strengthen her brain. And I think this is just another technique, and maybe something that's easier, not quite so hard. I know we had a lot of good laughs when my mom was doing that, and my mom's so fun. But anyhow, I just, I think that this is a way that, we something that we need to start talking about is our brain health. And like you said, as you're getting older, to die the youngest you can, right? And I think, how we take care of our brain is important. Okay, so I think you had one other story you wanted to share with me. What was that?
well, here's the thing. So, well, I'll share this story first, but I want to talk a little bit about meditation. So if I forget, remind me. But anyway, so I was working at our tournament, running the first aid station for 5 days in a row, and we had a little bit of a smoky day the first day, and that was on a Wednesday. Thursday, I woke up, was having some deep pain in my left lung, lower lobe, and it just increased with the discomfort increased throughout the day. By the Thursday night, when I was in bed, the tears were literally rolling down my cheeks. It was so painful that I was considering going to the emergency room. So I thought I had something really horrible going on in my lung. Being a nurse, I could hear the crackles and the crepitus. And so I was kind of running through all the various horrible diagnoses it could be. So at that point, I was just about ready to get ready to go to the ER when the light bulb said, do your brain tap. I did one of the pain programs, and I did the stem cell program. And then I took an anti-inflammatory, and I thought, if this helps, then I'm not going to the ER. And I have to say that within an hour, the discomfort had gone down by about 30%. So Friday morning, I awoke and I still had the pain. And I took my stethoscope, listened to my lungs. There were some crackles in there. So I knew I had to go to urgent care, at least get a chest x-ray and rule out all the horrible things it could be. So long story short, everything was negative. The chest x-ray, the EKG, the lab tests, the pulse oximeter measuring my oxygen concentration. So I've got to tell you, the doctor looked at me and says, I hear the crackles, but there is nothing that's showing up on any of your tests to tell me what's going on. He says, so all I would do is just take some anti-inflammatories for the pain and see how it goes. So Friday night, I had zero, nada, 100% gone. Everything was gone. And I couldn't believe it myself. It was mind blowing. I
Hmm.
knew there was something going on there physically. And then by Friday night, there was nothing, zero, nada. So, what I wanted to mention about meditation, real quick, is now I have been a meditator for many, many years. And in my practice where I do energy medicine, many, many, many of my clients cannot meditate. They say, my brain is just too active. I can't get the thought stream to stop. I'm thinking, thinking, thinking. And what the brain tap will do, it's a form of biohacking. So doing a 20-minute meditation on the brain tap is like going off into the Himalayas, or Tibet, and, learning how to meditate. That takes some people 20, 30 years to learn. And so it's biohacking so many different things, but meditation has years and years of many, many studies on the benefits of what it does for your brain. So I think that for those people who have tried meditation in the past, who have that constant mental chatter going on, this is an amazing tool to really bring you down into. So our thinking brain runs in the beta range, and the next one down is alpha, and that's kind of more of a relaxed. And then theta is your meditation, and then delta is your deep dreamless sleep, and then gamma. And what happens is brain tap will bring you down into theta in a matter of minutes. And I actually used this on a client of mine. When I had her on the table, I said, I'm going to try something different. I'm going to put you on the brain tap and take you into a theta program. And then I'll be running the energy and working, on the energy while you're doing that. And when it was done, what she said was, oh my God, she says, I went so deep so fast. She said, and I said, yeah, and that's so beautiful because then you're out of resistance mode. You're open, you're ready to receive, and everything just flows and relaxes. And this is a woman who was having a lot of difficulty with her 14-year-old teenage daughter, and they were getting into headbutting contests. And she has completely, completely changed her relationship with her teenage daughter. So pretty cool.
I think it's like, I think there's a lot of different things and how this can affect people or people can use it, right? And I think everybody has a different situation or a need or a reason why they want to use it. And so what I know that two things. I want to talk about how could somebody, because I think like even if you're a business entrepreneur, we talk about meditation, so you brought that up. Or, we talk about really just, having a healthy mindset. So how could somebody incorporate using the brain tap? If they say they didn't have a medical condition, but they just want to work on brain health in general, right? They're like, this can be, they don't have an issue. What are some ways that they can incorporate using brain tap in their daily routine?
Well, it's just very simple. I mean, so many different programs. There's over 2,000 sessions. And there's sessions where you can. So let me just share it this way. When you go to the beach, say you're in Maui or Hawaii, and you hear people say all the time, oh my God, I'm so relaxed at the beach.
Yes.
So all the different areas of the planet have also a frequency and vibration. And when you're at the beach, it takes you into the 10 hertz range. And so what Brain Tap will do, it will take you to the beach every day. And you can get into that 10 hertz range or 8 hertz range, which is like when you're in the mountains and the pine trees and the rivers and the streams and the lakes. So that gets down to 8 hertz. And so it will calm your brain. It will bring you into a state of relaxation and release. And you're able to perform better, think better, be a happier person. You don't have to necessarily have an issue, a physical or mental issue, to gain the benefits of what the brain tap will give you.
Perfect. And that's what I wanted to kind of like to bring to into that. This is kind of also can be used as preventative and help our brain be in a different place. Okay. So we just kind of shared a little bit about it. There's a lot of different stuff, you guys. I know if you have questions, I want you to just drop the questions below, reach out to Anita or I. There is one thing that I'm really cool to be able to offer you guys, and that is a 21-day challenge. I got a little error there. So that's join. Sorry, you guys. Let me just hide that. And I will edit this here. I'm new. I was typing so quick. Let's try that again. If I can do this, you can do this. We can have fun. So anyways, there's a 21-day challenge. And that is an ability. And why don't you share a little bit about that?
So this is a program that Awakened has brought together with three very, very educated and highly educated doctors, Dr. Patrick Porter and Dr. Stephanie Rimka, Dr. Melissa Peterson. And they're offering this free for 21 days. And you actually get to download the app, which is normally a $30 a month charge. You get to download the app for free for 21 days, and it's kind of like taking it for a test drive. You do not have to purchase the headset in order to be in order to enjoy the benefits of the 21-day course. And this is normally a course that would cost somebody, $225, $250 minimum. And so it's going to be set up on a Zoom call. I think it's on Wednesday. I don't have all the specifics yet, but you do need to register, and the registration is free. Melanie has just put up for you to register for the course. And once you do, you can download the BrainTap app. You can start playing around and looking at all the different sessions that are available to you. And then once a week, there will be a Zoom call. It doesn't, you don't have to be present at the exact time because it will be recorded. And there'll just be tons and tons of great information that you can glean from this program. And again, it's all free. So I would say get in there and join it and learn what you can learn and see if it's something for you.
Well, and I also just want to say, if any of you are in the Portland area, my friends, you're welcome. For me to meet up with you and try this. But I think the other thing is, I have a heart too. I know that I think that there is something I just want to touch on briefly before we go. Is there not one for PTSD and something for ADHD? Can you just talk on that a bit?
Well, we could be on here forever if I went through all of them. But let me tell you something. They have actually done a lot of studies for PTSD for not just veterans, but they do have a specific veterans PTSD series. So if you know any veterans who are suffering, and God knows they need our help, this is an amazing tool for them. But there's also PTSD for people who have suffered physical or sexual abuse as children. There's also programs that are targeted towards children who have issues with ADD, ADHD, autism, they're on the spectrum. And we have one woman in our company who has a 4-year-old autistic child who, and this is on our testimonial page on Facebook called Fit Brain and Body Nation. If you want to see pictures of this child, he's 4 years old, and he was never able to speak in sentences. After 1 month using brain tap, he's now speaking in sentences, and he loves his brain tap. The other thing that I think is really cool is they have a whole program for people who have a phobia of dentists, and that's probably 60% of the nation or more. So they do have a program for, and we do have quite a few doctors uh, who are utilizing brain tap in their practices. Many dentists, but also functional medicine doctors, naturopaths, MDs, um, and I can tell you that it used to only be available in doctors' offices, but now because Awakened actually merged with BrainTap, it's we have an exclusive distribution right globally for direct marketing and for professionals. So if you have doctors' offices, chiropractors, anybody that's a professional clinic of any kind, we will be coming out shortly with a professional program that they can become involved with and get uh, better pricing for quantities and so forth.
Yeah. Well, I just, I think to me it's just really amazing. And like I said at the beginning, brain health was really never something that was on my radar. Not really something that I thought of too much. I always thought about getting my body healthy. But now I've had to really work on different techniques to get my brain healthy. And I really do like the brain tap. I have found some benefits myself. And, I feel like my thinking's getting clearer, and, there's a whole process. So, I just want to thank you, Anita, for sharing this with us, because I want to invite you to this 21-day challenge where you can try the app for free. You can click the link below. If you have any questions, reach out to us, and we'll be happy to do that. Like I said, this is something, my car accident, you guys, was debilitating for me. I really My business really changed for at least a year as to the things that I was able to do. And I was in the doctor office 3 to 4 times a week and was in so much pain. And just the headaches were unreal. And so, I mean, I know if you've ever experienced a concussion, if your kids have ever experienced a concussion, you know, that there's many things that you have to do to try to be able to get back to doing stuff. I went from working 12-hour days to being able to only work a 2-hour day, you know. And so this is something that I just want to share. I have partnered with the company. I do think it's amazing what it's doing, but it also has so many other benefits for the anxiety, just so many people who struggle with things. And I just think, well, what if we could, our brain was as powerful as they say. We could take 20 minutes a day and put on a headset, do it in the comfort of our own home, make ourselves healthier and happier, and happier and more joyful to the people around us. I don't think it could hurt. So, anyways, thank you, Anita, so much. You have a wealth of knowledge. You have a beautiful heart. I'm so glad to get to be working with you. And like I said, sign up. Ask us if you have any questions. We're here to help you. Anita, anything else you'd like to say?
I think I'm good.
Okay. All right. Well, we're complete for today. You're going to see us popping on because the more I learn about this, you guys, the more I'm going to share. And here's to you, to your health, and a beautiful day. Be blessed.
Bye. Melanie.